Since it's Halloween this week, I only thought it'd be cool to give some thoughts on cosplay. Now, this is mostly for my Christian people because for some reason we always think something is sinful or demonic, and Halloween is one of those holidays that drives Christian content in the algorithm. So I hope this goes in the algorithm. But there's always something to avoid or to beware of. But it's not just Halloween. It's like all the major holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas that some Christians always want to call people to not participate in because of their own convictions. That's dead. So, give my take on cosplay real quick. Cosplay is someone taking part in dressing up as their favorite mediums of entertainment. Anime, comic books, video games, movie characters. You will usually see cosplayers gather together for some type of event like a convention or whatever, and it can be a very fun and beautiful thing to see because these cosplayers are bringing out different characters and adding their own flair to it and style to it. And you even have professional cosplayers who make a living off of dressing up as their favorite characters. There's competitions, there's everything that you can think of. So cosplay is a great way to show your love for a character, and many people who dress up can resonate with the characters that they choose. Now, while being a great display of admiration, to me personally, there can be a different side of cosplay, a darker side. Most of us knows when it comes to fictional characters, especially in anime, these characters and their designs can often be drawn in such an unrealistic way and maybe even an over-sexual way. For some Christians, their complaint with anime and why they don't watch it is because of the over-sexualization that's in it. And that can cause them to stumble, which, if we're being honest, is a very real thing. And I get it. I was watching Mushoku Tensei, and I just had to stop, and I'm not going to watch it because the MC is kind of gross. But with female characters and male characters, the cosplay can go to an extreme with very, very revealing clothing, dudes mad ripped walking around conventions with their shirt off. Honestly, for a Christian person, that can be a troublesome space to be in because our flesh can be so easily swayed to find other things beautiful and pleasurable and seeing Jesus as the most beautiful person there is to us. And to be honest, we already know how some of these weeb dudes and girls can be. Some people that like anime and their favorite characters love to fantasize about them so much to a point where when they see their favorite character be brought to life, they enjoy it. And it can be tragic because there have been reports at these conventions of some weird stuff going on, like even dudes committing SA, which stop that. That's not okay. It's disappointing to hear that when people come together to find something so beautiful and to participate in a community, that you just have weirdos that want to do weird things to guys and girls. Stop it. You don't need to do that. The question I want to answer is, should Christians cosplay? Now, I think with anything, we should critically look at whether or not what we're doing can be used for God's glory. Like, I remember I did a video a while back watching a Christian creator on TikTok who went to a convention and did some whack poem about how people in conventions were idolizing people they cosplayed. Now, I won't deny that that's a thing because our hearts are full of idols that so much that we need Jesus to cleanse them. But dressing up as your favorite character doesn't mean you are idolizing someone. If you did worship a character or you respect their character to bring you life or even save you, that's idolization. If you find yourself in that space, repent, believe in Jesus. I do believe that God can use anything to bring people to himself. The reason why I have this channel is because I believe God can use anime to bring people to himself. And it can be the same with cosplay. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. Paul in Acts 17 used a statue to an unknown god in Areopagus to proclaim the gospel, which is great because he strategically thought about these people and how it connects with them in order for them to understand that there is one God and Lord who is Jesus. But with that being said, though, you should have a limit on what you will do. As a Christian person, you need to ask yourself a question: what's the point of my cosplay? If you do it a lot, what's the goal of it? I think it can be a wonderful thing to see a character come to life through the work and talent of a cosplayer. As Christians, I believe we're called to do things well, and if you're passionate or you want to make a career out of cosplay, do it well. You could have proximity to many cosplay fans who get to admire the way a character is brought out through you, and then you can flip that into having a conversation about Jesus. The time, the effort, the energy, the money, if you're going to do it, do it well. But I think realize that it can be expensive time wise and money wise. I think cosplay can be an effective way to reach people who are far from Jesus. I do think, though, for men and women, that we should be cautious of the characters we want to cosplay, because with some of these characters, I'm not sure if you want to bring these characters to life. Like, kind of, some of these characters are gross. But honestly, it comes down to conviction. I think Romans 14 is a good place to go, because if you think it's a bad idea to cosplay an anime woman who is risque, or an anime guy who's ripped with his shirt off 25/8, or you are a cosplayer and you cosplay a creepy character, you don't need to do that. But you do need to think about why you want to bring that person to life. What's the ultimate purpose? And ultimately, how can you flip it to proclaim the good news of Jesus? Anyway, those are my quick thoughts about cosplay. I hope it gets an algorithm for Halloween. Let me know what you think about cosplay. Subscribe and like if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys. Catch you later.